my name is Dawn, but a lot of you call me
Spice Dawn.
Yes, you do, and that is Spice Colin behind the camera. That is also my washing machine running and my dishwasher running. So you're getting background sound effects with this video. All right, I have some exciting things to tell you. The new warmer of the month has come in. Can you see the name on that box? That Suc-Cute-lent.
Oh, I'll try that 3 times fast.
Yeah, succulent, but you know, Suc-Cute-lent. Cute name. Very, 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 very cute. The dimensions are 3 inches tall, going up to the top of the dish. If you put higher succulents in, it will sit higher for you. 8 inches long, and even though it says 4 inches wide, it is a little bit wider than 4 inches. I would say 4 1/4 for sure. Now on the back of the warmer, it has the little indicator light that glows a soft red when it's lit. Here it says Scentsy. This little dish lifts off and sits on a warming plate because this is an element warmer. Now, we're going to talk about some things on the list for some of our visually impaired consultants and customers. So we're going to do that in just a minute, but I want to show you a couple differences. The succulents are provided as well as the little rocks, okay? Now, many of you have already seen Little Garden. Little Garden rocks are,
Elusive.
are bigger and have a matte finish, okay? The rocks that come in Suc-Cute-lent are shiny and smaller. You get a little bag of rocks.
They are about the size of a coffee bean.
They are about the size of a coffee bean. Thank you, Colin. Now, there's 5 succulents that come with this warmer, and 2 of them are brighter green. Oops. I got my succulents all screwed up. Okay, 2 of them are brighter green, but 3 of them have like a dusty gray tone look to them, which is very attractive and very trendy. Now you can stick these anywhere you want. Even with Little Garden, I have changed them out seasonally, and you can make a winter scene in these. You can do a spring scene with different little flowers or arrangements or anything. Really, that's the versatility of these 2 warmers. And the reason I'm showing both of them side by side is because they go along the same decor theme, and many of you have already been familiar with Little Garden. If you're not, I have a whole complete video of its own dedicated to this warmer. But now back to Suc-Cute-lent. Okay, so I already told you the dimensions earlier on. The material or the finish of this warmer, I would say that it is a ceramic. It is a wood look. If you were to close your eyes and rub this without actually being able to see it, it would feel like wood grain on a real board or piece of wood. The texture isn't shiny glossy. It's smooth except for the ridges where the wood grain is, but it is more of a matte kind of texture. The shape, it is rectangular according to those dimensions. The color, gray tones with the green succulent overtone accents. It doesn't light up because it is an element warmer. The little dish sits right here on top and warms your wax. Your cubes go in here. Is there a theme or a scene? Well, I would say this is kind of a rustic barn plank or barnwood kind of theme and scene. It doesn't light up. Is it sparkly? No, because it doesn't light up. It's an element warmer that just warms with no light feature or light bulb. So no wall pattern either. As far as brightness, on a range of 1 to 5, for our visually impaired customers and consultants, no brightness at all. Remember, this little indicator light does glow a very soft red when it is plugged in. But this is really, really a great warmer, okay? I love the whole succulent thing. I've been decorating with little pots with little succulents in them. You know, I have cats, and cats chew a silk flower. They really will. But they don't really mess with the succulents because they're just, I guess, my cats don't. They're not as, they don't have a big of a chewability factor. So I've always decorated with succulents before succulents became super popular. So, this is the warmer of the month. And I have a Facebook page, business page called Spiced On Tips to Share. Some people go there and think that my tips are pretty good. And share this video if you maybe didn't get the warmer of the month. We, as consultants, have a perk of getting it a few weeks earlier than it is available to the general public. Woohoo! Another bonus. But, I'm thinking that this one's going to go pretty fast because it's pretty beautiful. And sometimes we are offered a second chance at certain warmers. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a real quick cancer update, okay? It seems that the breast cancer is totally gone, manageable. Now I've had my radiation. I just have to go on a pill for 10 years that suppresses estrogen. But I had this funny thing on my lung back at the beginning of the breast cancer diagnosis. And I had to wait to go through the radiation and then wait for a while for the radiation to kind of like wear off. And I had a lung biopsy last week. That's not real fun, okay? It was a CT-guided external kind of lung biopsy where they put, it's a needle biopsy, they put a needle in you and they draw out some tissue and then they send it away to examine it. Well, thank the Lord, it did not have cancer cells in it. Yay! Yay, yay, yay! So the breast cancer didn't apparently go through the lymph nodes to the next closest spot. But it kind of took a little bit of the shine off of that today when we had our doctor's appointment with the oncologist, because he can't tell us anything because the lungs are the pulmonologist that I now have, that I haven't spoken to yet about this biopsy. So I don't really know if they're like, oh yeah, we're taking that out, or oh no, you've had it a while and it's not anything dangerous and you're just going to live with this mass in your lung. But let me tell you something fun. I did some research and there was a guy in Russia. He was an outdoorsy kind of young man, 25 years old, I think. And he somehow inhaled a little seed from a fir tree. And do you know he started getting these terrible chest pains and coughing up blood? And the surgeons went in and they went to take this out. And the surgeon was like to the other guys in the operating room, is this a fir tree? And they're like, heck yeah. So that guy had a seed of a fir tree that germinated and sprouted in his freaking lung. Another guy had somehow a pea he was eating, and he and it went down the wrong pipe, and that pea in his lung germinated. And this is not a bunch of crap, because my ex-husband, Howard, who we're still very good friends with, he was a farmer, and he was using his combine one fall or summer, and a bunch of dust shakes up with the combine. And like 3 days later, he had this terrible earache. Oh my God, Dawn, we got to get to the doctor. So he went into our ear doctor, ear, nose, and throat guy. And the guy was like, yeah, you have a seed that germinated inside your ear. Because it blew in with all the dusty combining And with the showers that he had had and the warmth, that dang thing sprouted. And I know this because I was right there. So, you know, wear ear protection when you're doing dusty things like mowing the grass or any old stuff like that. Like, duh, that's why he's my ex-husband. Not my current husband. Because Colin would have worn ear protection if he was doing something dusty like that. Ear and eye protection.
Dear. Always.
I'm just saying. So here's a few tips for you. If you smoke, stop doing that. Do everything you can to quit smoking. Okay? And try to eat healthy. Keeping your body weight into a healthy weight range is one of the best things you can do for yourself to avoid all kinds of things like diabetes and things that make some little thing like breast cancer 1,000 times worse. So I'm real lucky that I was good on all those levels and this breast cancer was easily taken care of. There's just a few silly tips. But anyway, I hope you are all doing well. I want to let you know that your kind comments and words throughout this, like, you have cancer, Dawn, has really kept me going. And I appreciate that. And I'm apparently not at the end of this. I mean, it wasn't cancer in the biopsy, but who the heck knows what it even is. I'm going with
undeveloped twin sister.
You know, in the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding, the one aunt was like, I had this lump in the biopsy, because, you know, she had a little bit of a language barrier, showed that it had teeth and a spine, and it was her undeveloped twin. So maybe that's why I'm so happy and optimistic, because I have a little extra of myself all this time living in my lung. But that is not the truth, I am sure. But it's a fun little story I'd like to hold dear to myself until I find out what really is in my lung. So